What's up, guys? My name is Quincy J, CEO and founder of Bridge the Gap Marketing. Now, you know what we do at Bridge the Gap Marketing. We recruit, hire, train, motivate, and mentor our direct sales agents on how they can actually go on to own their own sales company. And today I want to go over how to crush your goals when you work an all commission paying job. Now, first and foremost, guys, this has been a pet peeve of mine for a very long time. I've had recruits stand up inside of my office and tell me I don't want to do all commission. Hell, I've even had my family, close family by the way, and friends tell me, Q, I can't do what you can do, even though they know how successful I am, right? And it's always a pet peeve of mine because it's about how you look at all commission. And the way that I look at all commission is this is an opportunity for me to be able to get whatever I want whenever I want it. And that's simple enough for me. I think a lot of people shy away from all commission because they feel like they can't control their income. They're not going to make any money. And I just think the contrary on that. I think that I definitely can make money. I think that I'm definitely going to become successful. And I know that that's possible as long as I participate. So I'm going to show you guys how I actually participate in my own success. And I hope that you guys subscribe today. Why? Because with these simple steps and with these simple tools underneath your tool belt, I definitely know that you can become more successful. So whether you're just starting off inside of your business, whether you're an independent contractor with this company or another company, or whether you just started with that multi-level marketing company, hell, it doesn't matter whatever you're doing because everything is all commission. Let's get started, right? Now, first thing is you have to understand that everything is all commission. You have to understand that. Once you start to understand that, life is going to become easier for you. Literally, life, right? I mean, with that being said, one of the best books that I can recommend to you is Grant Cardone's Sell or Be Sold. I recommend this book to all of my sales agents, anybody that starts to get into sales or even wants to become an entrepreneur, because you have to understand how to sell yourself first and how that relates to you living inside of the market space, because you live already inside the market space. If you haven't already been selling yourself, then you're definitely selling yourself short, right? You're underachieving right now, and that book will definitely teach you how. So first off, understand everything is all commission. Okay. Now, by the way, it's not gonna make it any easier, right? In terms of what you have to do, it's gonna make the thought of it a little bit easier, but it's not gonna make it easy for you and what you have to do because you still gotta execute. But I promise you that, just like anything else, as long as you continue doing it, it's definitely gonna become easier, right? Agreed. With that being said, number two is develop your own routine and policies. Now, you have to develop your own routine and policies. The best way that I can put this to you guys is that, if you're working a 9 to 5, right, you're being told what time to be there. You're being told what time to take break. You're being told what time to come back off break. You're being told what time to go home. You're being told what time to come back the next day. You're being told if you're going to work the weekend. And by the way, you might have needed that overtime. You may have needed those work hours. And sometimes they'll literally tell you no. That's why I say I can't control that income. That's too topsy-turvy for me, right? When I can rely on myself. But the idea is that that's a routine, guys. Now, if you had one working, right, when you had the employee mindset, then you definitely got to have the same thing now. Why? Because it works, right? You got to tell yourself what time to be at work. You got to tell yourself what time to take break, because you definitely need to take time to replenish and rehydrate yourself. I run a direct sales company. That means we go door to door. We are the face-to-face solution for our customers. So most of the time, I like to make sure that my guys know what time to start, what time to take break, what time to get off, right? And I'm stern about these times because you need to know where to be in order to execute these goals. I'm results driven, and you have to become results driven as well. So be prepared to get yourself a routine and stick to it. Now, also at work, right, these jobs and these companies, they also have policies, right? Isn't it company policy to make sure that you greet every customer, right? Isn't it company policy that you make sure you have a good attitude? Isn't it company policy to make sure that you have a great presentation? Absolutely. So do not forget these things on a day-to-day basis. You have to do these things for yourself, and whatever your policy is, it could be as simple as, hey, I'm going to make 100 calls per day, or I'm going to knock 100 doors per day, or I'm going to not leave the field without at least one sale per day. Then that's your policy. Put it into place and start to make sure that you execute on it, because the sooner the better, right? This is how you control your income, guys, right? So get your routine, get your policies, all right? Number three, be willing to increase your work ethic. Now, this is a very important tool that you're going to need inside of your tool belt. I don't subscribe to the 4-hour work week. I don't think that things get any easier than you having to be able to work for it. I know the respect of being able to earn something and how good it feels, right? That is something that is innate in me, to be totally honest with you. I love to see others work for something, and when they get it, I'm willing to give a reward for that. So a lot of times I throw out bonuses at my company, and they can come just as random as possible. Why? Because I feel inspired when I see others work for it and get the things that they actually wanted to by just working for it. So that's one of the things about me and this company, and you at your company, or whatever company you're about to start, or whatever journey you're about to embark on. Please be prepared to increase your work ethic. You may need to get there early. Matter of fact, you definitely need to get there earlier. You're definitely going to have to leave late. You may even have to skip lunch. It's okay, right? It's not forever. It's just for right now. Why? Because you're learning. You're mastering your craft, and you have to master your craft if you want to become a high value person, which I know you guys want to become a high value person. You want the high income. You want the high everything, right? So with that being said, be willing to increase that work ethic, right? Don't be afraid of it. Number 4, constantly work on your mindset. Guys, I constantly work on my mindset. I'm talking about constantly. I'm going to refer you guys another book right now. A book that I'm reading right now is Tim Grover's Winning. He's also the author of Relentless. Now, when I tell you this guy knows all that there is about mindset, I believe that truly he has taught me the most about my mindset, and it's important for me. Guys, as long as you can control your mindset, then you can control your income. You have to be able to control you at all steps of this game, right? Because there's going to be a lot that comes your way. There's going to be a lot of people that doubt you. There's going to be a lot of people that try to tell you no, and you have to be able to control your mindset. You can't just fly off the handle at every little things that comes at you. But one of the greatest rewards that I've ever gotten, right, behind controlling my mindset, because the ones who can control their mindset are usually the ones that make good leaders, right? So you may just be a great leader, the better you are at that, but constantly work on your mindset, right? So with that being said, let's get over to number 5. Number 5 is important. I study leadership. Just like I was about to touch on just now, right? I study leadership. I want to make sure, right, that I know who the players are. I study CEOs. I study powerful people. I study their walk. I study their talk. I try to look at them on YouTube. And this is all free material for me to pattern myself after. There was a time when I liked to pattern myself after the wrong things and the wrong people. And I was going their direction. I was going their route. And I was seeing success. But that wasn't the route that I wanted to go. I didn't see enough vision in it. It wasn't enough legacy in it, right? So with that being said, study powerful people. The most powerful people that you can think of, respect and admire, study them. Study all that you have to about leadership. Another good book that I can refer you is Leaders Eat Last, right? Leaders Eat Last is an amazing book, one that helped me structure myself and give me peace a little bit about my leadership, right? So study that book, and I think that you'll be going places. Number 6, become self-motivated. You have to become self-motivated. If you're the type that's always waiting on somebody to motivate you, then you need to either build it inside of your routine and definitely make it your policy, right? You definitely need to do that. Why? Because when you wake up in the morning, you got to find out your reason why and be already motivated to go get that. When I wake up in the morning, first thing I do is become grateful. Right? I'm thankful. I thank God. I check on my family, and I go to work. Right? That first feeling of being grateful is the first feeling that I like to feel inside of the morning. Right? Why am I grateful? You might say, well, I'm grateful because I got opportunity, and it's unlimited. Because I took an all-commission paying job. So I have opportunity, and it's unlimited. Say that to yourself 3 times if you need to, but just make sure you get that inside of your psyche. Become self-motivated. Do whatever you need to do to make sure that you're self-motivated. If you're not self-motivated right now, then you need to get around other self-motivated individuals and know why you're around them, right? Let them know, right? Let them know. Say, hey man, I just need to be motivated more like you, so that this way they can give you the tips, give you the tricks, right? So that you can become more motivated and you can start to become the engine for yourself. You won't need them always, but you need them right now. So just allow them to lead you in that way. Number 7, be able to process issues. Being able to process issues is a very important piece to your puzzle. I promise you guys. In life, you have to be able to process issues. But certainly when you start to work for yourself and you start to work for others, especially if you got employees out there, you got to be able to process the issues faster than anybody else. That's where the real reward comes in, right? And when I see people who can't process issues, those are the people that I try to make sure that I coach right away and let them know, like, hey, I need for you to have more insight on what it is that you're doing, because when you did this, you weren't able to adjust and pivot, right? And it's primarily because you didn't process the issue, right? And that means that everybody around you or everybody else on the team is going to have to do more work, especially if you got someone that's a supervisor or a manager or someone that is supposed to be, their job is to process the issue, right? But right now, it's not anybody else's job but your own, right? It's your job right now to process the issue. So be willing to process the issues and be able to move forward. You got to be a results-driven person. Get your results, right? And you do that by being able to process the issues. Why? Because there are going to be so many issues in the course of a day that come up that your head is going to spin. You're going to want to cry. You're going to want to run. You're going to want to call your mommy. You're going to want to call your daddy, right? And I'm going to tell you something right now. I hope they don't pick up. To be totally honest with you. Why? Because I need for you to learn how to process these issues. So it's very important. Number 8, develop emotional intelligence. Now, this is something that was key and pivotal with me, right? Because there were certain things that was being able to take me out of my way in my day. And I don't need anything taking me out of my way in my day. My day is already planned out. My day, I'm already focused on the execution of it, right? But now I have the emotional intelligence. And what I mean by that is I'm not going to fly off the handle. I'm not going to become upset if I blow a tire on my way to turf or on my way to work or, when I was supposed to be at a meeting. These are things that I cannot control, so I have to have the emotional intelligence to be able to man this ship even after, even after the worst has happened, right? And I say that because I've seen it before. I've seen a lot of people not know or not have the emotional intelligence to deal with certain things. And it's too bad for them because I realize that they're not going to get as far as they want to be in life. They're never going to be able to control their income, which is going to lead to so many other things, leadership positions, ownership, and then even scaling whatever it is that you actually own. This is a part of life. This is the American way. You got to have emotional intelligence. With that being said, guys, I just shared with you my 8 things that I use to control my income. I promise you, these are tools that you can put inside of your tool belt. Why? Because you're going to need them, but more importantly, because they're going to take you to the next level. I appreciate you. I'll see you guys soon.